Welcome everyone to NBA Wednesday presented by State Farm. Tonight, the reigning Eastern Conference champs taking on Steph Curry and the Warriors. Curry is must-see TV right now this year. And Jimmy Butler, the guy that single-handedly carried the Heat to the conference finals last season, fresh off of a triple-double. As we take a look at the starting lineups for the Golden State Warriors, interesting to note that Draymond Green is a late scratch. Michael Mulder getting the start in his place. For the Heat, Nunn, Robinson, Butler, Olynyk, and Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat. I'm Mark Jones alongside Mark Jackson, chopping it up for this first meeting between these two teams this year. And Mark, Steph Curry has been lighting the gyms up across the NBA and doing it at a near historical shooting rate.
Well, he's been incredible in the MVP discussion because of the way he's carrying his team offensively as a playmaker and a scorer. Started off trying to establish a rhythm. The last 10 games, he's been flat out incredible, on fire. When you look at the shot chart, when you look at his efficiency, spectacular talent, having another great year.
Here's a look at what he's done in his last 10 games. In the month of February, he has been even better than what's showing on the screen because he's averaged over 37 a game in the month of February on almost 51% three-point shooting. The superlatives are too numerous for us to note right now. Steph Curry getting ready to go. And Jimmy Butler leading the Heat into San Francisco, limping a little bit off a loss against the Los Angeles Clippers. But look at those numbers. Butler arguably played his best game of the season a couple of nights ago in that Monday night loss against the Los Angeles Clippers.
And you just look at the size. No Draymond Green. Bam Adebayo should really look to dominate as a playmaker and also on the boards on both sides of the floor.
Kevin Scott, Nick Booker, and Jason Goldenberg are officials tonight. Underway Adebayo, nice cut to Duncan Robinson for the layup.
These two teams are very similar. Very similar. They do a great job of moving without the basketball and trusting each other.
Behind the screen, Mulder off the mark, rebounded by Jimmy Butler. Robinson quickly up court. Adebayo finds Kendrick Nunn. Nunn working the baseline to Olynyk inside. Put his shoulder into the defender Mulder and scores the bucket.
You just look at the size difference. One team is starting two centers in Olynyk and Adebayo, and the Warriors are starting basically all perimeter guys.
And one of those perimeter guys, Andrew Wiggins, Mark, has been shooting the ball extremely well at about a 37% clip on the season for him. But like you said, this is a team without Draymond tonight, without the rookie James Wiseman, who's still out, and Kevon Looney still out. So this is a team, looks like a donut, nothing in the middle right now, but getting it done.
A dangerous team because of their ability to knock down the long ball. So they got guys all around the floor that are live weapons, makes them tough to defend.
Off the miss, here comes Jimmy Butler. Butler is playing in his 10th game back since missing 10 games after having to go through COVID protocols. And a little bit frustrated after that miss a moment ago. Into the corner, Mulder for three. And Kendrick Nunn, an interesting story up court for the Miami Heat, a former member of the Warriors organization. Played for the Santa Cruz Warriors and scores the bucket there against his former organization.
Good job being aggressive, turning the corner off that pick and roll action, forcing the defense to help. They don't help, it makes them pay the price.
And Curry knocks down his first three ball. His numbers, he's averaging 25 a game, shooting 57% from the field, 51 from downtown. No guard has done that since Michael Jordan did it during the 1996 season. There's that quick release. This one halfway down and out.
I was reading a comment by Coach Eric Spoelstra. He said Steph Curry is as tough a person to guard as there has been in the history of this league. And he's right. When you're talking about the combination of ways that he has the ability to score on the offensive end.
Can't turn your head. He moves so well without the basketball. Butler kicks it out to Nunn from downtown, and Kendrick Nunn with a second field goal. He's got 5. Kendrick Nunn was first team all-rookie a season ago. Toscano Anderson kicks it out to Mulder. Good closeout by Nunn. Toscano Anderson back out front to Wiggins. Olynyk switches on to him. Couple of native Canadians going head-to-head. Both have represented their country in international basketball competition.
And here's what we're talking about the Miami Heat. Great job of moving out the basketball, and then you don't have anything, get rid of the basketball. They do a great job of trusting one another, turning down a good shot for a better one. You wind up with a high percentage open 3 by Nunn.
Wiggins knocks down the free throw. He's averaging a little over 17 a game this season. 67% from the free throw line, but that field goal percentage number and his 3-point percentage number way up this year at a career high. And Mark, it seems to be a good fit for Andrew Wiggins in Golden State.
I think he feels much more comfortable fitting in with this unit, and I think it's going to help them moving forward when a healthy Klay Thompson, as Duncan Robinson moving without the basketball again, lays it in. A healthy Klay Thompson you add to this basketball team, then he's going to fit in seamlessly, and I think much better than he did last year.
Steph couldn't get the pass to Toscano Anderson. They'll come back the other way to the Miami Heat. Miami 11-16 coming into the game tonight. Klay Thompson with the Warriors. He has been traveling with the team of late, rehabbing his Achilles tendon. Adebayo punishing his defender underneath for the bucket.
Makes it tough. You know you're overmatched with a smaller guy defending him, but all of the ball movement and man movement, it makes it tough to switch a double team. Bam, and he's patient and gets a high percentage look.
Great slash to the back of his basket there, and the bucket. Butler guarded by Toscano Anderson tonight. Olynyk faked the dribble handoff and draws the foul on the play.
That's just a good finish by Mulder. You see the similarities on both teams. Just a lot of constant movement. They put so much pressure on your defense to be tied together.
Yeah, you noted the similarities, Mark, earlier as Nunn fires from the edge. This one off the mark, but the Golden State Warriors lead the NBA in baskets and points off of cuts, while the Heat lead the league in points off of dribble handoffs. Mark, both those characteristics symbolic of a lot of movement, right?
A lot of movement, and you can try to emulate what the Warriors have done and continue to do as the block call, sending Bam to the line. You can try to do it, but it makes no sense doing it if you have 5 guys that shoot like me. You have to have the personnel to be able to duplicate it, and then the Miami Heat certainly do with the shooters and also Bam as a 5.
Get a timeout on the floor. Miami leading by 3, just underway here in the first quarter from the Chase Center.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Burger King. $1 your way, only at Burger King.
Welcome back, everyone. Shop NBAstore.com now for the best selection of Heat and Warriors gear. Choose from jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and a lot more. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience. Got to get my Black History Month t-shirt from the NBA store. Bam Adebayo with the free throw line for the Heat. Adebayo shooting 84% from the free throw line this year, averaging about 20 points per game.
You get a discount at the NBA store?
I think there's a code. I was going to ask you if you had that special code I could punch in. Hey, I say the best nation in the world is a donation. Yeah. Curry guarded by Butler. Mark, how does Draymond Green's absence tonight impact Golden State at both ends of the floor? Oubre inside.
Well, you watch them and you watch the way they had success this year, especially offensively. And I don't want to minimize it because he's the anchor defensively, how vocal he is, and that middle linebacker in the middle of your defense directing all sorts of traffic. But offensively, the playmaker that he is, setting screens, being that point forward, they miss him in every way when you talk about the success of this Warrior team. Not scoring, but playmaking and defensively being the anchor is crucial.
Yeah, looking at the chemistry between him and Steph Curry that wasn't there earlier in the season when Green missed a bunch of games. When he came back, this offense of the Warriors really got into another level. Here's Butler, mid-range jumper a little bit strong, rebounded by Curry. And back comes Steph. Pass off the dribble to Toscano Anderson. Curry relocates to the corner. Not often you see him miss a wide open one like that. And back comes Butler.
You can tell why Steve Kerr called Juan Toscano Anderson a miniature, a baby Draymond Green, because of some of the similarities and the thing he's learned from Draymond Green as being a playmaker. That last play created by him, handling the ball and finding a wide open Steph Curry.
Yeah, Juan Toscano Anderson getting a lot of minutes because of guys who are, especially because of guys who are out right now, including Klay Thompson, rehabbing the Achilles, Marquise Chris starting to walk around a little bit now. Green, a late scratch tonight. There's a look at Wiseman, the promising young rookie, out with a wrist injury. There's a chance that he could come back and play during the upcoming 4-game road trip. None in the paint. Adebayo got stripped by Bazemore, and back come the Warriors. Oubre into the paint, lost the handle, got it back, and put it home.
And I like the way that the Warriors are competing early in this game. Just because you're short-handed doesn't give you a license to chill. Continue to fight, compete, give yourself a chance to win ball game.
Inside, Tyler Hero, who checked into the game during the last break. Curry pulls the three, and he misses another one. Steph Curry now 1 for 3 from downtown. Olynyk up high for Adebayo, counted and one. The foul goes against Juan Toscano Anderson. And Adebayo will try and complete the three-point play.
I see a steady diet of action in the paint area looking to dominate for Miami. It's the one advantage that they have all night long. And you see the touch pass and the great ability to catch it and finish it in traffic by Bam.
Yeah. Good work by Adebayo, first-time All-Star a season ago for the Miami Heat. Mark, they love to run a lot of their offense through him. He gets the ball off the backboard and he'll take it up a lot, and a lot of splits from the elbow too, right?
Almost like Nurkic. You remember watching it in the bubble, the success that they had in the playoffs and march towards the NBA Finals. They would open the floor up and let him basically play a 1-4 flat and be a playmaker as a scorer or finding guys, and they experienced great success from it.
Jimmy Butler tried to find Adebayo on the break. Out to Olynyk for three. That's going to be a push and a foul underneath against Jimmy Butler.
Where else can you make a fast break from one live game to hundreds of others? Where can you watch it all on your phone, TV, or tablet? Only here on NBA League Pass. Check out a free trial February 15th to the 21st.
Miami up by 3 and off the steal. Butler in transition. Dishes it for the slam from Achua. The rookie out of Kentucky slams it home, his first bucket of the ball game. And Miami up by 5, approaching 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Lee out to the corner to Bazemore, and he knocks it home.
Kent Bazemore so valuable early on, before this, Warrior team that we know today, when they changed the culture, played a valuable part, and was one of those young guys that, worked his tail off, and proud of the pro that he has turned into.
Jimmy Butler doing so many different things at both ends of the floor for the Heat, that time as a passer. Jimmy Butler in the Heat with the lead. It's time to check out what is seen and unseen. Brought to you by Tide Hygienic Clean. Jimmy Butler with a couple of triple doubles in his last 3 games. This is just his 10th game back since missing 10 games going through COVID protocols. During that time, tell me he lost anywhere between 15 and even 20 pounds. But on the way back, working out with his trainer in Miami, Stan Remy, working on his aggressiveness and getting downhill. And he had some epic games with Udonis Haslem, who personally wanted to see Jimmy get back to top form as he knocks down the outside jump shot.
Are you saying he had epic one-on-one games with Udonis Haslem?
Yeah, him and the OG, Mr. Miami.
I can see the OG beating him up physically.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of things flying around in the gym. There's a lot of furniture moving. 5-point lead and a smooth-looking jumper by Kendrick Nunn. Talked about Kendrick Nunn, who was a member of the Santa Cruz Warriors. On the last day of the regular season a couple of years ago, the Heat scouts, led by Adam Simon and Chet Kammerer, plucked him off the Warriors roster, and he became first-team All-Rookie and a perfect fit with Miami. Achua with the bucket.
Perfect example of you never know who's watching. Put himself in position, worked his tail off, got picked up, signed, found himself starting a bunch of games for this successful Heat team, and he's going to have a long career in this league.
Heat love those guys out of Chicago. Spoelstra in particular loves their toughness. They had a Wade guy that was from Chicago that worked out pretty well for the Miami Heat. Here's Tyler Hero out top.
Is that guy that played the 2-guard a little bit?
Yeah, he was there for a minute.
Yeah. His wife is an actress, right? Yeah, I think I know.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Mr. Gabrielle Union. Yeah, that was him.
I didn't say that. You said that.
I say that with all due respect. I still have residence in Dade County. I love Dwayne Wade. Olynyk draws the foul on the 3-pointer, and at the foul line for 3 shots. Marcus, we watched that replay a moment ago. What are your thoughts on it? Steve Kerr has spoken on it. We've seen it happen a lot where offensive players now sometimes will launch into the defender and draw a foul, and there's a feeling that overall the pendulum might have swung a little bit too much in favor of the offense. Yes or no?
I think I stand in the middle of that. I'm not a guy that, these guys are so skilled and, such threats at the 3-point line where it gets you edgy, and there are a lot of, fouls committed that are the right ones to call. But also guys are so crafty in selling the contact, but we have to do a better job as a league as far as not anticipating but calling the correct action, which is awfully tough because we have the luxury of watching replay, sure, watching it 2 or 3 times and then seeing it. These referees, who are the best in the land, are calling it right in the thick of the action.
Well, we saw Andre Iguodala check into the ball game a moment ago. Steph Curry in a crowd knocks down the jumper, laces it. Curry with a second field goal. He has 5. But it's an 11-point lead for the Heat. Hero bottled up by Lee. Lee switches on to Nunn. Nunn has had a very productive first quarter here for Miami. Off the screen. That mid-range jumper short. Lee up to Bazemore. Sidestep 3 on the way by Curry. Rattles halfway down and out. Miami in the middle of an 11-0 run.
That shows up as a missed shot, but if I'm Eric Spoelstra, I'm not satisfied with that defense. We're giving the best shooter in the land a wide open look. It's going to hurt us.
And Tyler Hero knocks down the jumper to end that drought. Extra pass to Bazemore, wide open. Heat bodies lying in the paint. And the lead down to 11. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Hero with the side pick and roll. Fires a three and knocks it home. Tyler Hero's started a bunch of games this year, and the Heat have had some 16 different starting lineups this season. He was in and out of the lineup as a starter, but seems to be a little bit more comfortable coming off the bench.
Well, he's a heck of a basketball player, and you can tell the future is extremely bright for this young man. More and more comfortable, especially last year in the bubble, more and more comfortable playing as a point guard on the floor. Knock down the shot, little contact. I mean, that's a pure shooter. And then off the ability to come out of pick and roll action, defense a little bit behind, making them pay the price. This guy is not important starting or coming off the bench, but he will be finishing a lot of games for this team.
Yeah, he showed the ability to close in the playoffs last year a couple of times as Wiggins gets the slam easily underneath. Lead back to 12, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hero guarded by Bazemore. Robinson, they fake the dribble handoff. Duncan Robinson for three, short. Curry's got 3 seconds. That's a lot of time for him with a lot of range. Draws iron, but no good. Steph Curry, 2 of 8 shooting in the first quarter, but plenty of basketball to go. The Miami Heat leading by 12 after the first 12. Back after this.
It's time for tonight's Difference Makers, brought to you by CarMax. That's Kendrick Nunn, a playmaker in the first quarter, aggressive early on, then got it going and continued to knock down shots. Long distance, the next best thing to be in there. 8 points, 2 for 3 from long distance, getting it done in the first.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for tonight's coaches interview, brought to you by the National Association of Realtors. Back with Eric Spoelstra, head coach of the Miami Heat. Coach, you guys shot some 59% from the field in the first quarter. What do you feel worked best for you?
Well, we found our shooters in rhythm. There were some pull-ups, right there. But there's going to be some ebbs and flows with that. We just have to continue to defend and, make things as tough as possible on the other end.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, Mark Jackson, speaking of the other end, they held Golden State to just 39% shooting, and in particular, Steph Curry just 2 for 8 so far.
But like I said, as a coach, you want to nitpick because you're not satisfied, because Steph Curry is not going to shoot 2 for 8, especially the looks that they gave him. So if you're Eric Spoelstra, he's well aware of the fact he's got to be even better defensively.
Whistle and a foul going to go against the Warriors, their first one of the quarter.
Warriors foul number 26, Kent Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore doing a good job being aggressive offensively. We saw him knock down the long ball in that time, getting into the thick of the Heat defense and finishing at the rim.
Andre Iguodala, very much beloved by the fans here in the Bay Area, representing the Miami Heat here this evening. They run the hammer play for him. He kicks it out, passing up the shot there, but Iguodala and ownership, Joe Lacob has said, the owner of the Golden State Warriors has already professed his love for Iguodala, saying that his number one day will hang in the rafters here at the Chase Center. Look at those accolades along the way.
Well, a true professional, quality class guy, decided to come as a free agent or go as a free agent to the Golden State Warriors. Added to that culture, was a playmaker, comfortable handling the ball, and was an absolute winner. And he deserves to have his number hanging up in the rafters.
Yeah, his number 9 will be up there one day, and off his miss, Adebayo with the flush finish. Miami leading by 12. If you're just joining us, the Golden State Warriors without Draymond Green tonight because of an ankle injury. He was a late scratch. Cross court, Damon Lee with a good pump fake on Robinson. Miami with good help and recovery defense, but a foul there by Robinson on Bazemore. Bam's size, a little advantage underneath Mark.
In the absence of Draymond Green, they have to be committed. The Warriors, 5 guys. You see one guy sprinting all the way back. You got to be in the paint area looking to rebound collectively because of the pressure that Bam puts on your team in the paint area. Gets the rebound and finishes.
Boy, you could hear Bam Adebayo tell Wanamaker, don't bring that in here. Knocked it out of bounds. Still Golden State basketball. Adebayo signed a max extension which kicks in next year for the Miami Heat. So a big part of their future obviously goes without saying. A whistle and a foul going to go against Miami. That's going to go against Adebayo. Got a little bit too physical with Kent Bazemore. Go back to draft day and the draft workouts prior to that. He very much impressed Pat Riley and Chet Kammerer and the Heat front office, Andy Ellisberg, and the workouts, tirelessly going through every drill and at times looking at the front office saying, oh, you got the wrong guy if you think I'm going to be weak here.
I remember those Pat Riley workouts. I must have been the right guy.
Hey, it's an acquired taste, Mark. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. After the bucket, Wiggins comes back. Golden State down by 14 with Steph Curry on the bench, and begs the question, where does the offense come from here, Mark, if you're the Golden State Warriors? But first, Miami ball movement.
Well, the way to get the offense going is getting your defense going, and the Miami Heat doing a great job of sharing the basketball. Iguodala back in town, back at the rim attacking.
Yeah, Steve Kerr was effusive in his praise of Iguodala. Always called Iguodala the adult in the room as a member of the Golden State Warriors. Wiggins missing, Hero rebounding. Tyler Hero gets into the paint. Couldn't finish with the left hand, and back comes Wanamaker. That Wanamaker steps through and draws the contact. And that's going to be a blocking foul against Gabe Vincent. So Wanamaker going to the free throw line, an 88% foul shooter on the season.
Sports fans, gear up at NBAstore.com with officially licensed fan gear for every team and all the players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
After the free throw, the lead down to 12. Gabe Vincent up court for the Miami Heat of UC Santa Barbara. Another shooter out of the G League that the Heat have made a part of their culture. Here's Bazemore. Wiggins on the wing. Eric Paschall, all rookie a season ago, draws the foul on the mid-range jumper by Gabe Vincent. And that's going to put Miami in the penalty mark the rest of the way. That was their 5th foul of the second quarter with just under 9 minutes to go. Wow.
And that wasn't at the three-point line, but that's the type of fouls that we talked about a couple of minutes ago. That's a big guy shooting a turnaround jump shot. You've done your job and you contested without fouling. Vincent gets underneath them and allows him to go to the free throw line. That's good defense. But you close out into the body, and that's clearly contact.
And that puts Paschall at the free throw line out of Villanova. All rookie a season ago, their small ball 5 center on the second unit. And he's got to guard Adebayo here at this end. Nice cut by Vincent and bucket. There's that movement, Mark, that we talked about at the top of the show.
Mirror image of each other. That's a Draymond Green post up with shooters actively moving, winding up with a high percentage shot. They got a high percentage shot. Look at Paschall on the other end, gets the contact and the hoop.
He'll go to the foul line trying to complete the three-point play. Tough move on the baseline.
Well, the Heat doing a good job, and they're confidently switching, putting smaller guys on their bigs, and Warriors finish on the other end. Just good, solid basketball.
After the free throw, the lead back to 10 as we approach 8.5 minutes to go here in the first half. This is game 4 of a 7-game road trip for the Miami Heat. Golden State closing out a 4-game homestand. They're 2-1 on the homestand so far. Great passing by Miami out to Hero. Sidestep 3 rattles out by Hero. Bazemore leading the break. Almost threw it away. It'll stay Warriors basketball. Well, tip off another weekend of our NBA Friday doubleheader. Zach LaVine and the Bulls in Philly to take on Joel Embiid in the Eastern Conference leading 76ers at 7:30 Eastern. Then the Jazz, the NBA's hottest team, folks. They've won 8 straight and now lead the West. They'll square off against Kawhi and the Clippers. Coverage starts NBA Countdown 7 Eastern on ESPN as well as the ESPN app. Wiggins drives, kicks it out. Nobody home. Robinson with the steal. Adebayo. Rebounded by Wanamaker. Bazemore goes quick on the drive and got the bucket. Kent Bazemore providing a little spark off the bench. He's got 10 points already for the Warriors. He's their leading scorer.
Well, he's a guy that does not lack confidence on the offensive end of the floor. Believes in his ability to shoot and also put it on the deck and make a play.
Adebayo, a little good 2-man basketball by the Heat. As Adebayo finishes, he's got 10.
Again, we see the confidence of the Heat switching smaller Vincent on Wiggins.
Wiggins made them pay that time on the mismatch and scores the bucket.
Your Wiggins, that's got to be the mindset. You see what they're doing. Demand the basketball when you have a smaller guy. They're patient. They allow the traffic to go through. Get out of my way. Aggressively attacking. Big time finish.
Miami Heat with the lead in the game so far, and Mark, their offense really humming right now.
Well, we see great ball movement and man movement. Exceptional job of cutting off of Bam's post up. You see Robinson knock down a layup, another one, and then Vincent that time. But a great job of trusting each other. And to me, that's the ultimate sign of an unselfish basketball team. Not just Bam finding guys, but it takes a lot of sacrifice to dive and cut and move without the rock, without the assurance that you're going to get the basketball.
Jimmy Butler back into the ball game with possession for the Heat. Just 3 points in the game so far. Pardon me, 3 shots. 1 of 3. Duncan Robinson knocking that one down. Duncan Robinson, another one of those great finds by Heat management out of Williams College, a Division III school in New Hampshire, then transferred to Michigan before making his way through the G League. That jumper no good, and back come Miami. Hero with the hit ahead. Butler with the catch in traffic. Vincent, quick catch and shoot. And a little bit strong. Butler couldn't corral the rebound. And it's Golden State basketball. Down by 11. It's time to check out tonight's national TV schedule. Brought to you by Samsung. TNT tomorrow night has the Raptors at the Bucks, then Brooklyn at the Lakers in the nightcap. NBA TV Monday has the Wizards against the Lakers. Man, what about that comeback last night, Mark Jackson, by the Brooklyn Nets in Phoenix? I believe they were down as many as 20 at that one point. Jeff Green and then a big bucket at the end by James Harden to steal the comeback.
Tough loss for the Phoenix Suns, who had been playing exceptionally well and extremely well coached by Monty Williams in the job that he's doing this year. But unfortunately, plays made by Brooklyn, led by James Harden. And you talk about Jeff Green, but how great is James Harden on the offensive end? Just put that team on his back when it mattered most, put everybody get out the way and knock down huge shots.
Yeah, they won that game without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. That's going to be a foul against the Warriors.
That's his first personal foul. Subs for the Dubs returning, number 95, Juan Toscano Anderson.
5:28 to go in the first half. Toscano Anderson coming back into the ball game for Golden State. Steph Curry back on the floor. Kendrick Nunn Got that one hung on the rim, partially blocked from behind out of bounds, and that will be Warriors basketball.
It's a good job by Oubre, not surrendering easy layup, getting back into the picture. None thinking there's contact. Certainly was a little bit of contact. But that's the way you commit on the defensive end and protect the paint.
Toscano Anderson swings it weak side to Oubre. Mid-range jump shot. Kelly Oubre has played very well the last 7 games, averaging almost 20 points per on 46% field goal shooting. And that's going to be a traveling violation against Butner. But, Mark, we did the Warriors a few times last month, and Kelly Oubre couldn't have scripted a worse start to his season shooting the ball. He played great defense, but shooting the ball.
Well, he was struggling, absolutely struggling. But give Steve Kerr and this organization a lot of credit. They remained confident in him. They didn't let go of the rope. They trusted him, told him, and continued to encourage him, wanted him to continue to be aggressive offensively. Trusted that the play that they was going to get was the play that they traded for, and he has not disappointed.
Miami with a 14-point lead, taking great care of the basketball so far. They've only turned it over 3 times as Jimmy Butler hits that mid-range jumper of his. It is so reliable.
So good at using that upper body strength. You see, eliminates the contest by just giving a little bit of shoulder, getting the defender out of the way.
And the side pocket 3 by Oubre on cue. We were just talking about him. Falls. And Golden State pulling a little bit closer. Butler tied up. Precious Achiuwa inside with a nice strong move. Miami getting anything they want, Mark, in the paint.
Just overmatched in the paint. Absolutely overmatched. Too small, and give the Heat credit for keeping constant pressure by getting to the paint area.
Steph Curry, side pocket 3, no good. Now 1 of 9 from behind the arc. A tough shooting night for Curry, who in the month of February, in about 10 games, is shooting over 50% from downtown. None. Good defense by Toscano Anderson. Shot clock expires on the Heat before they can get a shot off. Only their 4th turnover of the game. Golden State calls timeout. 2:56 to go in this first half. Back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Steph Curry off to a tough start shooting here tonight, but he's the first guard since Michael Jordan to score 25 points a game in 10 consecutive games, shooting 50% or better. Look at those numbers on the left side, the left column. 51%. And folks, that's on about 12 attempts per game. Different story tonight, though, off to a slow start.
The good news is he's Steph Curry, though. That doesn't mean anything.
Oubre with a nice move on the baseline. Extra pass to the corner. And Bazemore missed the corner 3. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jimmy Butler's had a quiet first half for the Heat. Just 5 points with 4 assists. Pardon me, he does have 6 assists. Hero. Pull up 3 and knocks it home.
Boy, he's got it. We saw it in the bubble. He's got it. He does not lack confidence, and he's more and more comfortable playing the point guard position. Man, that guy is special.
2 minutes remaining.
Last year he was Jimmy Butler's rook. So he went through some pretty strident initiation and came out for the better of it on the other side. Jimmy made him guard him in the very first scrimmage they had when Hero came to training camp last year. Ashua inside with a strong layup. 19-point lead for the Heat. Warriors without Draymond Green tonight. Oubre cans the three.
And one thing you look and say, well, without Draymond Green, they're missing, 5-6 points. You can't minimize Draymond Green's absence with just his scoring. It's the way he mucked things up on the defensive end, disrupts your entire offensive flow, and offensively, the way he puts pressure on you by being a playmaker. He is a difference maker for this Warrior team.
Yeah, both ends of the floor. Folks, coming up on the Toyota halftime, Zion against Dame tonight. Pelicans taking on the Blazers. The Wizards on a comeback. Scott Van Pelt breaking it down for you. Here's Butler. And off the turnover, here's Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins into the paint, kicks it out. Backdoor cut by Steph inside with a scoop. His third field goal of the game. He's got 7.
And he's running the three-point line. You have to honor it. Does a great job of changing directions. Beautiful backdoor play.
Toscano Anderson in tough against Bam with a size disadvantage. Back out to Nunn. Kendrick Nunn laces another 3.
A smart play by Jimmy Butler, tapping it outside, keeping the ball alive.
Curry on the drive inside. Nice dish. Maybe this layup will get Steph going a little bit for the second half, Mark.
Well, here's what I'm talking about, running towards the three-point line. Hero was chasing him off that three-point line. Beautiful feed from Anderson, and Curry. We've seen that movie before. Spectacular finish.
Curry's former teammate, Andrew Wiggins, made an interesting revelation about his teammate Curry. And he said that a few years ago when they were playing together, if Steph was struggling going into the half like he is now, he would sometimes go on social media and read some of the criticisms of him and come out in the second half and hang a 30-point second half on the opponent. Mark, thoughts?
I mean, a lot of guys take a look at their phone at halftime. So, I mean, it's nothing new, but he's
okay.
It really does. As great a talent as he is, it doesn't matter whether he looks at his phone or not. He can give you the business in that second half just by making adjustments and getting it going.
Okay. Hey man, it sounded good to me. I don't know. I like it. Wiggins fouled.
I'm gonna go look at my phone at halftime.
Hey, I never look at mine. Wiggins will go to the free throw line, and Wiggins has really embraced his role, starred in his role here for Golden State this year, quietly working on a solid first half. And I love the fact that Steve Kerr said he's really embraced the role of guarding the other team's highest scoring wing player. And that's a lot of tough guys when you look at, LeBron James, he's guarded, Kawhi Leonard, he's guarded, and on down the list.
Well, in the absence of Klay Thompson, they needed that guy to guard, the other team's, the opposing team's perimeter guy, and he's been that guy, and he's done a very good job.
Hero draws iron, and that's the end of the first half. Miami leading by 15 points. Kendrick Nunn got it started for the Heat. Got to double figures quickly. He has 14, and Bam Adebayo has 10 for Miami. The Toyota halftime presented by State Farm. A tough shooting first half for Warriors star, two-time MVP Steph Curry. But still 24 minutes to go. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler on a triple-double alert for the Miami Heat, including 8 assists in the first half. Mark Jones chopping it up with Mark Jackson. First meeting of the season between these two teams. Kendrick Nunn stealing the show offensively in the first half. He led the way for the Miami Heat with 14 points as we take this time to have an intelligent look driven by Nissan.
But it did it collectively. It wasn't about individual play. It was collectively. It did a great job of sharing the basketball and moving without the basketball. This is a set play. patiently allowing it to develop. High percentage offense, and Jimmy Butler, look at the vision. Forces the defense to collapse, finds none all by himself. Outstanding job, and then extra effort plays. Keeps the ball alive, second shot chance, aware and alert, tips it out to none again. One of his 8 assists in that first half by Butler.
Our intelligent look driven by Nissan right there, and Jimmy Butler just 5 points but 8 assists, as I mentioned. Steph Curry only 3 of 11 from the field. But we've seen him turn the beat around a lot in the past in terms of his shooting. He's had a torrid stretch in the month of February so far. Mulder on the flare, missing the 3. They got a good look. Golden State in the first half, just 6 of 24 from beyond the 3-point line. Here's Duncan Robinson. Two-man game, and the Heat throw it away. They've taken good care of the basketball in the game so far. That was just their 5th turnover.
And the turnover careless play by the Warriors returned the favor. If you're the Heat, you have to make sure that Steph Curry stays cold. Some of it has to do with your defense. Some of it has to do with him missing shots, but you have to stay connected and not allow him to get it going. We've seen that movie before.
Robinson out to none. Weak side to Olenek. And they don't get a shot off in time, and another Miami turnover. Both teams have turned the ball over on consecutive possessions to start this third quarter.
I think if you're Steph Curry, you got to be a little bit more aggressive also. They're forcing the ball out of your hands, but when he's at his best is when he's taking tough shots.
Off the pin down, a little bit strong on the 3. And Adebayo, as he customarily does, takes it off the glass and brings it down court. Robinson front rimmed it and rebounded by Andrew Wiggins. It's a part of his game that's much improved this year. He's got to like this matchup on Robinson. Took him to the basket, lost the handle, and a Warriors turnover.
The question early on was Duncan Robinson's defense. He's a much improved defender. And one of the things he has working in his favor, he's a competitor. So he heard the chatter. He got better.
Kendrick Nunn hands it off to Jimmy Butler. Staring down Wiggins, one-time teammates in Minnesota with the Timberwolves. Olenek inside, a little strong with the jump hook.
I'd have a discussion with him if we was at the rack. If I throw it to him and he got a smaller guy and that's the shot he gets, he's got to do a better job of turning, getting in front of the rim, and taking advantage of his size and strength.
Foul going to go against.
You ever had that discussion at the rack with guys?
Yeah, it went something like, if you do that again, I'm not giving you the ball. I wasn't as diplomatic as you were, Mark Jackson. Curry off glass. And Bam had Toscano Anderson pinned under the bucket. Gets the foul. One more look at Steph here.
But here's what I'm talking about by forcing the issue. That's 3 guys defending him, but that's Steph Curry. He's great enough to still score, and that'll get other guys going.
Curry 9 points. Playing like his first of his 2-time MVP seasons. Back in 2015. Interesting matchup here with Adebayo. Bam moving his feet. Curry put him in the blender and draws the foul. So you don't think that Steph needs to look at social media to get motivated, right? We talked about that before the end of the half.
Well, I've been around him, so I've experienced it. He's a motivated guy without looking at social media. I'm not saying he didn't look at it to get him going, but he finds the great ones find little things to, give him that edge.
Did you have a perceived slight that you carried around as a chip on your shoulder, Mark?
My whole life, they said I wasn't good enough. It wasn't social media. He said, did I? You mean do I?
We'll go past tense on that. That's going to be a Miami turnover. Leads down to 11. They can get it down to single digits here if you're the Warriors. Scano Anderson, Steph Curry, Oubre, Mulder, who also started, and Wiggins. Side pocket three is pure. Got it.
But that's the offense we was talking about. You see the last couple of possessions, the ball has been in Steph Curry's hands as a playmaker, and that time making the play for Wiggins, wide open corner jump shot.
Adebayo posting up, kicks it out to Duncan Robinson from deep, and he laces it. Duncan Robinson shooting 40% from downtown. Curry with a quick stop. And he misfires on the three. Butler coming back the other way. Butler into the paint. Kicks it out to Olynyk. He left it way short. Quickly into the corner. Oubre catch and shoot. Bingo. And it's down to an 8-point lead.
Good basketball by the Warriors. But if I'm Miami, I'm not overreacting when other guys not named Steph Curry knock down shots.
They get a steal, Mark, and back comes Golden State 3-on-2. Steph runs to the three-point line. Got it. Timeout, Miami. And in a blink, the lead disintegrating to a tenuous 5 points. He read those tweets at halftime, Mark Jackson. I don't care what you say.
The foul on Kelly Olynyk at 9:28 in the third quarter is his third personal foul. 3 personal fouls.
Steph Curry looks like he's getting a little bit of his rhythm here in the third quarter. 2 for 4 from the field, already knocking down a three-pointer. Steph expends so much energy during the course of a game, running upwards of 2.5 miles. Jimmy Butler with great endurance gets that one to go off glass.
In talking to Steph Curry a couple of weeks ago, he said he absolutely hates working out in the summer, but he understands that it puts him in position to do all that running during the course of the season, and it's easier for him. So he goes through the process, torturing his body, put him in position to be not just great, but an all-time great.
Another three ball makes it 66-62. Yeah, Steph has this unconventional drill with his longtime trainer, Brandon Payne, as Butler misses the short jumper, tipped up, and a foul underneath. Steph has this drill because endurance is so important, Mark, to the way he plays. You know better than anybody that his trainer, Brandon Payne, puts sandbags on his diaphragm so that he can slow down his heart rate, and he's able to slow down his heart rate subsequently during games to get his energy back. So whatever gives you an edge, I mean, he's constant motion, so he never stops, and obviously it helps his stamina.
When you think about the pressure that puts on your defense when you have a healthy Klay Thompson on the opposite side, pretty much the ability to do the same thing running without the basketball, I mean, it creates so much havoc for the opposition, and it creates so many openings for their teammates.
Mulder knifes into the lane and missed the layup. Miami leading by 7. Here's Jimmy Butler. Butler staring down.
I can remember playing with the great Reggie Miller in Indiana, and he'd run off 1,000,000 screens, and after the 1,000th time, he'd have a wide open shot, and I'd just throw him the ball. I don't want 3 points that bad. I'm not doing all that work for 3 points.
Yeah, you saw Reggie back in the day, Steph, he'll run off of a multitude of screens and give it up and get it back and do the dance all over again. Rebound underneath by Olynyk. His jump hook is good. And Steve Kerr wants to talk things over. The Heat extending that lead back up to 9 when we come back. Dr. Harry Edwards has been a civil rights activist and a sports sociologist since the 1960s. He organized the Olympic Project for Human Rights, which inspired the Black Power salute protest at the 1968 Olympic Games. He continues his athlete activism today, consulting with the San Francisco 49ers as well as the Golden State Warriors. And you won't hear a more compelling and riveting speaker than Dr. Harry Edwards. Very well informed and a wonderfully enlightened person to listen to when it comes to sports and culture.
Well, truly was honored to get a chance to meet him when I was coaching the Golden State Warriors. A lob from Curry to Anderson with the finish, but spectacular human being that touched and blessed so many. And salute to him. You're 100% correct. Inspiring just to sit in here and talk.
7-point lead for the Heat. Butler on the wing. Nice cut by Olynyk underneath. Lost the handle, got it back and missed the layup. And here comes Steph Curry back the other way in transition for the Warriors. Slams on the brakes. Missed the three. Having a tough shooting night. Had 7 quick points in the first 3 minutes of the quarter. And here's Kendrick Nunn. Nunn on Toscano Anderson. And now Butler on Mulder. Butler's going to like this match, and that's going to be a foul on Mulder.
Where else can you make a fast break from one live game to hundreds of others? Where can you watch it all on your phone, TV, or tablet? Only here on NBA League Pass. Check out a free trial February 15th to the 21st.
Everybody already knows who Jimmy Butler is, but you know you've really made it when, like Jimmy Butler was yesterday, an answer on Jeopardy. Unfortunately, the contestant didn't get the answer.
See, that's next level.
Okay.
It's great to be the question, but next level is when they get the answer.
Hey, Butler keeps playing the way he has for the Heat. They'll have a lot more opportunities. None with the layup at the other end, and the lead at 9 for Miami. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
But I was so proud because of the first time in Jeopardy, I had the answer. I'm sitting there waiting for him to ask me. I knew it.
You were yelling from your living room, huh?
Yes.
Butler to wing on Tiro. Now Adebayo against Toscano Anderson. No double team, single coverage. And now good help by Mulder. Whistle. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Adebayo.
Good job by the Warriors. Double team, swarming. Bam, not allowing him to play one-on-one and forcing the turnover.
Good defense that time by Toscano Anderson. Great story in The Undefeated by Mark Spears on the young Oaklanders' life and his journey to the NBA. Here he is out top. Played 4 years at Marquette. Averaged 6 points a game his senior year. A whistle and a foul. Traveling violation, actually. Toscano Anderson didn't even enter his name into the NBA draft. Went to South America to play in the Venezuelan League. Played in Mexico, and actually in elementary school he was taught by Wilhelmina Adels, the wife of Warriors legend Al Adels. Played for the Santa Cruz Warriors and later signed a 3-year deal in 2018 with Golden State as Nunn hits the jumper.
And I believe that it was the Adams family that paid for Anderson to go to Warriors camp as a young fella. Steve Kerr loves him and says basically he sees him playing a part moving forward when this team is healthy and whole and back to their old ways.
Yeah, he's made a big contribution for this team. Here's Hero. Precious Achiuwa rips through against Curry, draws the foul and one. Count it.
Again, with all due respect, too big and too strong. And if you're the Warriors, you cannot allow him to play one-on-one against Steph Curry. It's an unfair advantage. Uses his size and strength, explodes to the rim, and takes the contact.
Chua in double figures, along with 4 rebounds. Kendrick Nunn, after that last three-pointer he made a couple possessions ago, now has 5 threes on the night. That's a season high for him. Curry working against Nunn, lost the handle to Butler. They got a 3-on-1 coming back the other way. Hero missed the short baseline jumper. And it'll come back to Golden State.
I miss the days when it'd be a 3-on-1 break and the guy would run the lane for a layup as opposed to a 3-pointer or a baby jump shot. Hero had a wide open lane. He catches it in stride and finishes at the rim.
13-point lead with 3:10 to go. Curry cross court for Oubre. Eamon Lee with the mid-range. And Butler with the board. Olynyk back to Butler. Olynyk slips the screen and blew the layup. Lee at the other end. Oubre goes quick. Pardon me, that was Bazemore barreling into the chest of Olynyk, and that's going to be a block.
Olynyk having a tough time finishing in the paint area against the smaller Warriors defenders, but I do like his effort getting back into the picture, putting his body in position to take the hit from Bazemore.
Bazemore at the foul line. 79% on the season, makes the first. Hey, Top Rank Boxing Saturday night from Las Vegas. Miguel Burchelt defending his WBC junior lightweight title against Oscar Valdez in the 12-round main event. The main card starts at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN, Deportes, and the ESPN app. The prelims begin at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific on ESPN+. Kendrick Nunn misfiring on that 3. He's got 5 of them, though, tonight. Curry. Wide open. Bazemore had all day to knock it home. The lead is down to 8. The Warriors hanging around in the absence of Draymond Green.
You don't want to point the finger and say everything has to do with the great player, but everything does. Steph Curry takes the double team and willingly gives the basketball up to a wide open Kent Bazemore.
2 minutes remaining.
Those other guys have been empowered to take shots and do what they need to do. Then they have possession of the ball, but that time a miss. Hero with the left. Butler with a sweet follow. Jimmy Butler, Mr. Big Face Coffee. The latest and recent coffee entrepreneur. That's a shot of an espresso from the 3-point line for Oubre. Hey, I tried, okay, Mark?
that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
And Jimmy Butler charging his teammates $10 a cup per coffee in the bubble. I'm still trying to get over that, Mark Jackson.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Side step 3. You can't. You wouldn't buy it just on principle.
No,
you wouldn't do it.
Come on, man. No, not a chance. I respect the hustle, but we're not doing that.
Hey, man, times were hard on the boulevard in the bubble. You know that.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Jimmy Butler coming out with his own line of coffee and merchandise to follow. Hey,
I
down
tell
on
you
8th
what,
Street.
The way he played in the NBA Finals,
Yeah.
I would have purchased some of the coffee. I probably wouldn't have drank it. I'm a creature of habit, but I would have definitely purchased some of his coffee.
Oh, you
just
hit me
to
up
say
with
thank
a little.
you.
Oh yeah, little colada, café con leche, cafecito, the whole thing down on 8th Street. Tyler Hero with 9 points in the ball game. This Miami team has really struggled with COVID protocols this year and subsequent absences because of that. Hero recently missing a couple of games. Jimmy Butler, as we documented earlier, missed 10 games. Adebayo has missed time. I mean, going back to the bubble, you think about the impact of COVID on this team, even on Kendrick Nunn, who really wasn't himself in Orlando. Here's Curry over Robinson, but short. Steph is 2 of 13 from deep. Nice pass inside by Nunn to Precious Achiuwa.
I like the way Nunn turned down the jump shot, got a better look. The Miami Heat doing a very good job of making Steph Curry see 2 bodies at the three-point line. They surrender that type of shot by Oubre because of the pressure they put on Curry to get rid of the basket.
Good strategy so far by Eric Spoelstra, one of the elite coaches in the NBA. 3-time NBA coaching champ. And off the steal, back comes Bazemore. Pascal kicks it out to Steph from the corner, and still ice cold. Still just a 10-point game as we wind it down here in the third quarter. Bazemore going to try and stick Hero. They flatten it out for Hero. Now here comes the ball screen. Fires from deep, short, and that's going to be it for 3 quarters of basketball in San Francisco. 12 minutes to go. Heat with the lead when we come back.
Let's check out tonight's coast-to-coast coverage brought to you by T-Mobile. That's the big fella, Bam Adebayo, doing a great job of protecting the paint, blocking shots, live, active body on the offensive end, big-time finishes, 13 points, 1 block, flat out, getting it done.
Welcome back, everyone, to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm, joined by Steve Kerr, head coach of the Golden State Warriors. Steve, Steph is struggling right now shooting the basketball. How do things potentially open up for him here in the final 12?
Well, I've seen Steph have plenty of games where he's missing, and then all it takes is one. So, you know, he can get hot any time. I think the biggest thing is we've got to start out this fourth quarter strong defensively, get some stops, and try to get a little momentum.
In terms of getting stops, what part of defense in particular do you have to be good at?
Well, we got to finish the possession. I think we're doing a pretty good job. I like that third quarter in terms of our fight and our competitiveness. And we got to finish the possession with the rebound. Obviously, we're outmatched from a size perspective. So all 5 guys got to get on the boards.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, they didn't get a stop on that possession as former Warrior Andre Iguodala knocks down the jump shot. Miami up by 13 just on the way here in the fourth quarter. Pascal back out to Wiggins. Wiggins working off the bounce. Man, Mark, when he does that, he's very tough to stop, right?
Yes, he is, because he's got it going, because he can shoot from long distance, and his ability more and more comfortable and confident in handling the basketball and getting into the paint area. And the question for this Warrior team right now is, where does the scoring come from? And to me, it's Pascal and Wiggins making play.
And on cue, there's Pascal with the jumper. Makes it a 9-point game. Former teammate of Donovan Mitchell in AAU days back in New York.
Did they lose?
I can't remember their squad. They were upstate a little bit. Iguodala inside, and he gets the putback to go. I don't think it was the Gauchos or Riverside Church, or maybe it was one of those esteemed programs, Mark.
I can't see those 2 guys losing much as youngsters, that's for sure.
Pressure had to be on their coach a little bit. And that's going to be a defensive 3-second violation on the Heat.
You see Andre Iguodala. So many times we've seen him make these type of plays. Long, active, ability to second jump and finish at the rim in this building.
Iguodala, the former Warrior. Steve Kerr talking about him being a part of the fabric of the organization. Tied the team together back in the day, the adult in the room. Talked about Iguodala's ability to blow up plays even before opponents ran them. Right now doing that for the other guys as Hero gets the rebound. Nice show and goal by Iguodala. Pass never made it to Adebayo, and out of bounds. It'll stay Miami basketball. 10 minutes to go. Up by 10. Tomorrow night the Heat will play the second half of their back-to-back up Interstate 80 against the Sacramento Kings, and De'Aaron Fox, who's having an all-star season for them, as Adebayo gets the bucket and the harm. And he'll go to the free throw line.
And you see the similarities where the Warriors use Steph Curry as a screen setter. Well, in this situation, Miami uses Duncan Robinson as a screen setter. So the threat of the screener being the guy that has the ability to knock down the long ball keeps you connected and allows Bam to turn the corner and get to the rim.
Mark, when you watch these two teams play, you talked about it at the top of the show. It's a real aesthetically pleasing type of basketball to watch. Some call it beautiful basketball with all the passing, cutting, dribble handoffs, motion. But I ask you, is all that overrated if you're not able to win a championship consistently that way? Because sometimes individual talent really trumps some of that stuff, doesn't it?
Well, it does. You look, for instance, last night, the Brooklyn Nets didn't beat the Phoenix Suns because of beautiful ball movement. They beat them because they had that dude on the offensive end that you can put the ball in his hands and he's going to make a play. So the elite teams that have the ability to do both. And the Warriors certainly had the ability, even during their great run. Steph Curry at times with Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant with ball movement and man movement, and then there were other times they were just making incredible shots off of, just pure natural God-giving ability.
Bam Adebayo with the slam. Miami extending its lead to 15 with 9:23 to go in the fourth quarter. First time All-Star a season ago, Bam Adebayo. They're feeling him down on 8th Street and Biscayne Boulevard.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The city by the bay, the glow at night, and the Miami Heat with the lead. Let's take a look at the upcoming national TV schedule. Tomorrow on TNT, Raptors, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Lakers, the second half of the doubleheader. Then Monday on NBA TV, Washington is at the Lakers. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Lee on the drive, contact, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Lee, as he cleared out with that off arm or maybe even the leg a little bit.
And the knee. You can make a case that should be looked at.
Hostile act?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what would happen in the park if that play happened? Where I grew up. Game over.
There'd be some t-shirts ripped. Wanamaker backs it out against Hero. A little two-man game, side pick and roll. Out to Wiggins for three, and he knocks it home. Andrew Wiggins having a nice night. He's up to 18 on the evening. But will it be enough? Down by 12. Out to Hero, gets a screen. Adebayo slipped it. Here's Robinson. And now Bam on the post up. Facing up on Pascal. And missing the jump hook and committing the foul afterwards.
And just to let you know, I got my people in the streets taking a look, and they've responded. Pascal and Spider Mitchell played for the city. In 2012, they were the national AAU champs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they did win.
So hey, man, you had two NBA guys. I get it. I get it. A lot of pressure on the coach, like I said. Parents in the stands, Well, if I haven't said it already, belated congratulations to Eric Pascal and Donovan Mitchell. Whistle and a foul. Pascal going to the free throw line. 12-point lead. Eric Paschal told me last year his welcome to the NBA moment as a rookie was when he was guarding LeBron James in a preseason game. LeBron got the ball in the wing, ISO'd on him, and one dribble punched it home.
Where else can attitude meet altitude?
Yes, hammers.
And where else can fury meet force?
James throws it up.
Tomorrow at 7:30 p.m.
I don't know, Mark, does it get any worse than welcome to the NBA moment than that for a rookie coming into the league?
No, especially when you really play the same position, and I'm sure LeBron James is a guy that so many, if not all of the players coming to the league today, basically idolize and look up to. So I don't think it gets any worse.
Right. Bounce pass never made it to its target. Here's Wanamaker. Crosses over on Hero. Couple of fakes. Whistle underneath, and he dragged his pivot foot. That's going to be a traveling violation.
And since you mentioned one dribble and take it to the rim and dunk, I want to take a moment to do a shout out, special happy birthday to Michael Jordan. Truly a guy that has changed the game and put us all in position to live a little better life. And in a year where we've lost so many greats, I just want to take the time out while he's still living and breathing to say thank you, enjoy your birthday, Smith.
Yeah. Want to echo those thoughts. Michael recently opening up some much-needed medical clinics in North Carolina to help those in need. Doing fantastic work off the court now. Here's Wiggins on the baseline. Whistle, and he stepped out of bounds. Just under 7 minutes to go. A 5-time NBA MVP. So many indelible images of Michael's greatness through the years. I think about that spin move on the baseline on Charles Oakley, and then the subsequent dunk on Patrick Ewing being one of his best. Iguodala from the corner.
Why you got to go there, man?
It was just a great move.
He's had a
we went
bunch
to the gym and tried that move afterwards. It was that good.
I'm just so happy I wasn't in none of those photos.
11-point lead for Miami, keeping the Warriors at arm's length. Curry up on his former teammate Iguodala. Whistle, and that's going to be an offensive foul against the Heat. That's going to go against Jimmy Butler.
I can remember in Madison Square Garden coming down on a break, the Bulls 2-on-1, and I see them getting ready to set up a lob pass for Michael. I know how high he jumps, but I'm young and a pretty decent athlete. I think I got it. I go it to deflect the lob pass. I tip it just a little bit, and two hands grab it above me, about 3 different levels above me, and finishes at the rim. And one alley-oop dunk. So Pascal, I know how you feel.
Like, what is that way up there, huh?
Yeah, I had no business jumping.
11-point lead for Miami with a little under 6 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for the Warriors when you consider the combustibility of Steph Curry, but they double team him off the screen. Oubre inside, off glass, and good. And Eric Spoelstra wants to stop what's happening right now, calls a timeout with the lead down to single digits.
I like the timeout by Eric Spoelstra. This is a Warrior team that will not give up, will not quit, find themselves climbing back into this ball game.
Good job. Good fight, guys. Great fight. Great fight. You guys are doing great out there. Stay with it. Stay with it. Let's get a bucket and a stop right now. Get a stop. Everybody get on the glass, okay? If we rebound, we're going. We're going. Here we go. Keep thinking drive, kick, swing, right? Drive, kick, swing. We're just trying to free ourselves up. Here we go.
Past the midway point of the fourth quarter, the Warriors looking for one more final push and run here. Down by 9. Out of the timeout, Butler with the free throw line jumper, a little bit strong. And a chance to cut the lead to 7. Here's Curry, swings it around to Pascal. Wiggins with a nice cut and slam over none. And it's a 7-point game. Plenty of time to go.
And that's what Steve Kerr was talking about during that wide. Pushing the basketball, playing with pace, and then drive, kick, cut, find guys, and you wind up with a high percentage quality look by Wiggins.
Butler on the drive. Missed the layup, but got foul on the play.
And this isn't a set play. This is just off of ball movement and man movement. You got the option of Wiggins. You have the option of Curry coming off that screen up top. Just good basketball, effective and efficient.
Get a timeout, Golden State. Looks like Steve Kerr is going to challenge that call on the foul on Eric Pascal, which might put Jimmy Butler at the free throw line. We'll have the adjudication on the other side.
Golden State is challenging the foul on Wiggins.
.4:59 to go in the fourth quarter. A foul called a moment ago and a subsequent challenge by Steve Kerr on this call as Wiggins was defending Jimmy Butler. They called a foul on Wiggins. And still waiting for the result of the review.
And I believe right here, Jimmy Butler does use his arm, but I think there's contact by Wiggins prior to him going up for the layup. To me, right there, that's a little bit of contact. It's a tough call to make.
Still waiting. This coach's review. This is first one of the game. Eric Spoelstra has not used his yet.
I think the play stands because I believe there was contact prior to him going up.
After review, the call has been overturned. The ball was loose at the point of interruption. Jump ball center circle, any two in the game.
A successful challenge
Wow.
for the Warriors who will retain the
Wow, they reversed it. So no foul call. We'll have a jump ball at center circle because it was a loose ball immediately after the call. There was no possession by either team, and Butler will jump it up with Wiggins. Warriors control. Mark, we were talking about it during the break. It feels like this is more than a 7-point game, when in reality it's not. Wiggins turns it over, commits a foul on Olynyk. Wow.
It really does. It really does seem like it's out of reach, but it's not. And that's a credit to the Golden State Warriors by hanging in there, making enough plays to keep it tight. And you think about it, that's a set play out of a timeout, out of a challenge that Steve Kerr was putting the ball in Wiggins' hands. Unfortunately, he wound up with a turnover.
Butler got a screen, kicks it to Iguodala. The corner three is long. Back out to the Heat for another possession. Kendrick Nunn to Hero. Kendrick Nunn already with 5 threes tonight. Over to Hero. A long two is short. Whistle. The indication is Miami basketball with 1.7 to go on the shot clock.
Tyler Hero upset, felt like there was a lot of contact by Wiggins contesting that jump shot. 1.7 is a lot of time left on the clock to get a good look.
Butler rising up short, and they get the stop. Up quickly to Steph Curry. He lost it, but went right to his teammate Bazemore. Pascal inside, counted and one.
Just smart basketball. Don't fall in love with the three-point line. There's plenty of time left. Turns down the shot, get it to Pascal. Look at that upper body stretch. Grown man move, gets the finish and the contact, going to the line for the possible three-point play.
We talked about his polish for such a young player, just his second year in the league, all rookie a season ago. Began his collegiate career at Fordham, where he played one season and then transferred, played for Jay Wright at Villanova for 3 years. He had 17 points against the Heat last year as a starter for the Warriors. Butler kicks it to the corner. Hero with the sidestep three. And rebounded by Pascal. Warriors very much alive. Pascal all the way to the bucket. Count it. Timeout Miami. As the Warriors make it a 3-point game.
Fake handoff. Miami Heat take the bait, puts his foot on the gas pedal, turns on the jets, gets to the cup with the finish, and enjoying.
Here's this week's NBA Saturday primetime matchup presented by AT&T 5G on ABC and the ESPN app. Jimmy Butler and the Heat playing the 6th game of a 7-game road trip against LeBron and the Lakers. A rematch of last year's NBA Finals. Our coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Three-point ball game. Miami with an 11-0 run. Pardon me, Golden State with an 11-0 run, and Butler ends it there.
I was going to say, coming out of this timeout, I'm Jimmy Butler. I'm thinking, put my head down and make a play. The great ones are the franchise players. They find a way to stop the bleeding, and that's by getting a high percentage look.
And Jimmy Butler now with his 3rd triple-double in the last 4 games as Oubre finishes near the rim.
And if I'm Butler, I'm continuing to do the same thing. It doesn't mean I'm going to get the look, but I'm going to make the play.
We're in the midst of a 13-2 Warriors run. Bam playing off the elbow into the lane and gets it to go with his left hand. And Adebayo playing with those 5 fouls right now too.
It's a tough finish.
Curry probing underneath. Working against Kendrick Nunn. Tough 3 on the way. That's what he does. Steph Curry makes it 103 to 101 with 2:20 to go.
You cannot play better defense than Kendrick Nunn just played against Steph Curry. And what the Heat are trying to do is put Curry in a 2-man game action, trying to force a switch. If Curry doesn't, gets back to Nunn.
Butler cross court, whistle first though. Going to be a foul against the Warriors. Wiggins.
You see Bam gets to the cup. A lot of contact. Spectacular finish on the other end. Kendrick Nunn, this is outstanding defense. Stays connected. Contests without fouling. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to greatness.
And a steal on defense by Curry on Butler. Steph in his bag. Couldn't finish. Rebounded by Hero. Under 2 minutes to go. Wiggins on Hero.
Man being defended by Steph in the paint. It's a good pass.
Yeah, they found the mismatch, Mark. Great point. Adebayo with the slam. He's got 22. Curry back to Bazemore. Drives quickly with it and finishes with the left. And it's back to a 2-point game.
Now the question is, are the Warriors able to get a stop defensively? See Duncan Robinson in the ball game for Andre Iguodala stretches the floor and forces everybody to be defended.
Pascal trying to guard Adebayo. Adebayo misfiring, and the Warriors with the stop have a chance to tie the game or take the lead on a 3.
You have to stay connected to Steph Curry. Here's where he hurts you at that 3-point line.
Nunn switches onto him. They trap him. Bazemore drives it in over Nunn, and we are tied at 105.
How good has Kent Bazemore been? Timely basket, timely plays, and we talked about it earlier, extreme confidence.
He's got 22 off the Warriors bench. Golden State shorthanded without Draymond Green and putting up a great fight against the Heat tonight. Butler. Fadeaway. Short. Pascal with the board. and Curry going to walk it up court.
If you're Steph Curry right now, you got all options because guys are aggressive, guys are making plays, and we know what you can do with the ball in your hands.
No double team yet. And now they switch and try and take it out of his hands with the double. One extra pass. Oubre for the lead. And it rims out. 5 seconds to go. Up court. Baseline. It'll count and none. Misfiring. And we will play 5 more minutes as the Golden State Warriors battle back from a double-digit deficit to send it to overtime.
Push the
Here's
ball
that
up.
final sequence.
Kendrick Nunn could have been a hero, but give the Golden State Warriors a lot of credit. Big time effort tonight. Put them in position to go into overtime and win a ball game.
Welcome to the start of overtime, presented by AutoZone. We will play 5 more minutes. Miami led Steph Curry and the Warriors 99-85, folks, by 14 points with a little over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And they outscored the Heat 20-6 from that point on. There's a look at the story of the game. In the fourth quarter, Miami being outscored by 10 points. And Mark, you talked about it, the contribution of the bench of the Warriors, in particular, Kent Bazemore, has been priceless for their success tonight.
He's made the right plays. The same way that the Miami Heat are picking on Steph Curry, put him in pick and roll action. The Golden State Warriors are pretty much doing the same thing with Steph Curry with the basketball, putting Duncan Robinson in the action. So Kent Bazemore is the open guy setting the screen. And even that last play, after knocking down shots, I thought he made the play of the game, just didn't work out. Passes the basketball to Oubre. Oubre misses a wide open shot. That's the right play to make. He's got his foot on the gas pedal. We talked about his confidence. He's made big time plays. A spectacular night for Kent Bazemore.
Slick moves. The left-hander with some big time buckets down the stretch for the Golden State Warriors. Bazemore, the second leading scorer. Pardon me. He's, well, at least got over 20 with Curry and Oubre, who's having a good night from the field with 23. Wiggins with 20.
If I'm Miami, I'm disappointed. We got to get this win. This is a win that, as a team with championship aspirations, to be a team that has a long run in the playoffs, you're going against a short-handed Warriors team with no bigs. You have to take care of your business, and thus far they have not.
Warriors with possession to start overtime. Wiggins. Here's Bazemore guarded by Butler. Steph for 3, pulls, and misfires again. He's 3 of 17 from deep tonight. Butler back the other way, guarded by Wiggins. Adebayo playing with 5 fouls. Hands it off to Hero. Good defense by Oubre in anticipation. Bazemore with the steal. And a foul going to go against Duncan Robinson. An incredulous Eric Spoelstra can't believe the call, as well as Duncan Robinson. Let's take one more look.
Good active hands in the passing lane. Steal by Bazemore. The question is there any contact? Does not look like there's contact from that angle.
And there's been a timeout and a subsequent challenge by Eric Spoelstra. We're going to stay right here with 4:26 to go, just getting underway in overtime.
Miami is challenging the foul on Bazemore.
As I said, it's being challenged, and Eric Spoelstra had saved it for just this moment. Here's a better angle.
That's not a foul.
It didn't look like that was a foul from that angle.
That's not a foul. I mean, I'm already 0 for 1, so I'll go out on a limb and say I'm going to be 500 after this. That's not a foul.
You saw Robinson's right hand reach out. Not sure if he made contact with Bazemore's left arm right there. Couldn't quite tell, one of the officials obstructing the view, but we'll find out here in just a moment. This might be a better angle. No, there's no foul there. He just smoked the layup. He just missed it.
I can't say enough about the Warriors, though. The job they did tonight. Fighting, competing, short-handed. Things wasn't going their way. Superstar player struggling from the field. Find a way.
After review, the call has been overturned. The ball was loose at the point of interruption. Be jump ball center circle, any two in the game.
Mark, this is year 2 of the challenge. Do you like the rule? Do you like it?
I like the rule. I have no problem with the rule. I think we can be a lot quicker with the decisions on the sideline. And then one thing I would change is if you get it correct, you keep your challenge.
Okay.
So I really believe that you shouldn't be punished by getting it right. What's your thoughts on it?
Amen to that. I love the rule. Of course, we all wish that it would happen a little more expeditiously, but hey, if they get it right and it happens quickly and you keep your challenge for another one if you get it right, then I'm check, and check. Butler staring down Wiggins. They go right back to Adebayo against the shorter Pascal. Wide open, none. Loose ball. Steph on the deck. And the Warriors come away with it over midcourt. Wiggins shaky on the handle. Out to Curry. That's who you want handling. Steph is being guarded by Kendrick Nunn. There's Bazemore at the end of the shot clock. Didn't have one more in him. Great hustle by Wiggins. Curry for the lead. And another rebound by the Warriors. Oubre that time. Wiggins for the lead. And this time the Heat finished the possession with a rebound. Wow, what a sequence.
Right now the Miami Heat are being outworked by the Golden State Warriors. You got to win this matchup with Jimmy Butler. This is your matchup right now.
They force him to give it up. Hero wide open. Boy, a lot of front rim jumpers.
I will tell you that Steph Curry is struggling. He's not afraid to take or make big shots. So he's not thinking about having an off night.
Wide open in the corner. Curry. They run him off the three-point line. The mid-range is strong. And rebounded by Miami. Wow, buckets hard to come by here in overtime. Approaching the midway point of it. Little two-man game. Butler gets it to go. And Miami with the lead. Nunn guarding Curry. Wiggins. Another miss. Bazemore underneath. Man, he has been tireless, invariable, and inexorable on the court.
Well, I don't know. I know about one of those. I don't know the meaning of about 3 of the other ones, but I know he's outworking everybody. He's getting it done. And it's inexcusable if you're the Miami Heat. Bigger, stronger, and the smaller guys are just willing themselves getting the basketball.
They're forcing Steph to give it up again, and Bazemore drives it in, blocked. Wiggins missed the putback, tipped up and in by Bazemore again, everywhere. Warriors by 2. Adebayo got a screen from Butler, and he scores the bucket. Tied at 109.
That's the first time that Bam posted up and wasn't looking to make a play for somebody else. Put his head down and attack. The bigger, stronger guy capitalized.
Curry tried to split the double team, gets a three off, and it goes! Warriors by 3. Mark, you said it. He'll keep firing.
Guy embraces the bright lights and has amnesia as far as his last shot missed.
Adebayo dribble handoff to Robinson. He misses, and it's all Warriors jerseys with the rebound. Up by 3, under a minute to go in overtime.
If I'm the Warriors, I'm sticking with two-man game with Kent Bazemore and forcing Duncan Robinson to defend Steph Curry.
Steph got into the paint, kicks it to the corner. Wiggins got it! The Golden State Warriors fighting all the way back.
Steph Curry avoids the screen, blows by as they anticipated, forces the defense to collapse. Good old-fashioned game of pool, 3-ball, corner pocket. Wiggins knocks down the dagger.
The Warriors were down 14 points, folks, if you're just joining us. Down 14 with a little over 6 minutes to go. The sprint to the finish line found them tied at the end of regulation. Kent Bazemore made a couple of key plays at the end of regulation, and once again right here in overtime. On the offensive glass and being a catalyst, making things happen in the paint.
Just an incredible performance. Knocked down shots, made plays, gave extra possession, and was the hardest working man on the floor.
Kent Bazemore, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Season high for him. 40 seconds to go. Miami with a lot of work to do here. Don't forget, coming up next, Sports Center, Scott Van Pelt to have the Jazz quest for a 9th straight win, plus Dame Lillard and Zion Williamson. Reaction to that and breaking down Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka's semifinal matchup at the Australian Open. Sports Center up next with Scott Van Pelt right here on ESPN as well as the ESPN app. If you're the Heat, what are you running here? And who do you want to touch the ball here, Mark?
Well, you just got to make sure you get a quick shot. So you don't fall in love with the three-point line. That'll be ideal. But get a quick shot and then trust your defense.
Robinson squeezes one off. Got it! And it's down to a 3-point margin.
And now you're in position where you don't have to foul. Just be aggressive defensively and get a stop. And if you're the Warriors,
going to call a timeout.
I love the timeout. Let's make sure we get a quality look on the offensive end and we execute.
Boy, Duncan Robinson, one of the top 3-point shooters in the league last year, doing his thing right here.
Look at the options. Hero has an opportunity, turns it down, finds Duncan Robinson all by himself. This is a setup. This was for a 3-point shot coming out of the timeout. They execute and they get the hoop.
Duncan Robinson, the only Miami player, tells you something about the type of year that they've had and the turbulence they've had to deal with. He's the only Heat player to start all 27 games this season. And an elite 3-point shooter, a guy that Eric Spoelstra says is making the adjustment to being at the top of the opponent's scouting report each and every night as his game continues to evolve. Defensively now, Mark, if you're the Heat, as we look at their top scores, Bam, Kendrick Nunn, Chua in good minutes off the bench. Butler with a low-scoring night. He had 30 and a triple-double in the last game. And Duncan with that last bucket. Duncan Robinson. If you're the Heat, what are you trying to accomplish here defensively, Mark?
Well, you understand what the Warriors are trying to do. I'm putting in my best defensive lineup. So in this situation, I'm taking Duncan Robinson out. Probably go with a guy like Andre Iguodala, the ability to defend that pick and roll with Steph Curry. But I got to get the ball out of Steph Curry's hands and live with the results of somebody else making a play off of rotation. And just on cue, Andre Iguodala inserted in the game because of his ability to switch and also defend multiple positions.
And he might have a little bit of Golden State's corporate knowledge stored away on his hard drive. One of the best at blowing up opponents' plays. Curry gets it in the front court here. There's about a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Curry working against none. Lets the three go. Scores it! Steph with a huge dagger. Steph Curry does it again, despite a 5 for 23-point shooting night, Mark.
5 for 23 from the field. The question is, how many shots did he miss when it matters most? The answer, none. Steph Curry over Kendrick Nunn for the knockdown dagger shot. Mama, there goes that man.
And Steph Curry, you see why, part of the reason why he's so much fun to watch. Averaging 30 points a game, plays the game with so much joy and incredible skill. And this is potentially got to be one of the, if they can hang on, potentially, and I want to underscore that, one of their best wins of the season in terms of coming back from down 14 late in the game.
And a bad loss for the Miami Heat. Think about the greatness of Steph Curry, struggling all night long, but you play him as if he's been on fire all night long, and he does not disappoint.
Returning from Miami, number 9, LA Athletic, number 55, Duncan Robinson.
15.9 to go, 6-point lead.
And similar to what they tried to do earlier, Miami Heat, you want to get a quick hitter. You want to try to get a quick look. If I'm the Warriors, I'm switching everything and staying connected to these shooters.
Miami's got some shooters out there. Olynyk. That's going to be a 5-second violation. Didn't get the ball in time. And that might just do it in terms of Miami's aspirations for tonight.
Great job of switching what we talked about. Great job of staying connected. And eating a lot of clock, putting pressure on Olynyk and couldn't find an open guy.
Curry with the inbound pass, trying to dribble out time here. And that, you talked about it, Mark, on that inbound play and pass that never made it inbounds for the Heat, underscores the type of defense that the Golden State Warriors are playing this year. Steve Kerr said at the beginning of the season, if we're going to be in contention this year, we're going to have to be a top 10 defensive team, which they are right now, going into action this evening.
You just look
at that defense.
They're staying connected. A switch there. Another switch. Another switch. Deny. Just a great job. And if I'm Steve Kerr, I bottle that and I show that. So we're more than capable of being a top-notch defensive team. When they struggled early on during the course of the year, it was because their defense had not caught up. They had bought in. And give credit to Kerr and his staff.
Right now, like I said, they're number 2 in the NBA in defensive field goal percentage, one of those important indicators and barometers. And the Golden State Warriors are going to take this one with a riveting and compelling comeback. 120 to 112. Steph Curry with the final brush strokes on this comeback. He played 42 minutes tonight. They ran the treads off of him. He finished with 25 points and 11 assists. As the Golden State Warriors finish off their homestand with a 3-1 record. For Mark Jackson, I'm Mark Jones saying so long from San Francisco. The Warriors win this one. Coming up next, Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. Folks, thanks for watching the NBA on ESPN. Butter.